Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae posted on social media a smiling photo of herself and U.S. President Donald Trump inside the presidential helicopter Marine One, with the caption, "Together with my wonderful ally, President Trump." Meanwhile, a photo released by the White House showed President Trump escorting Prime Minister Takaichi, a scene symbolizing the close alliance between the two countries. During his visit to the U.S. Yokosuka Naval Base, President Trump praised Takaichi.
This woman is a winner, so we've become the first female Prime Minister in the history of Japan. Madam Prime Minister.
Takaichi responded with smiles and waves as U.S. service members cheered. For Takaichi, the summit was a major test, especially on the issue of defense spending. President Trump has long urged allies to boost their defense budgets, and this time, Japanese officials had been wary that he might demand a specific figure. During the meeting, Takaichi conveyed Japan's plan to strengthen its defense capabilities and to increase defense spending on its own initiatives. But according to government sources, President Trump made no mention of a concrete number or specific targets. After the meeting, Takaichi reportedly told aides that the biggest achievement was that President Trump did not demand a specific defense spending to GDP ratio. Still, Tokyo remained on alert. On October 29th, a meeting was held between Japan's Minister of Defense Koizumi Shinjiro and U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Observers were watching closely to see if the U.S. side would bring up specific figures. At the joint press conference after the talks,
世界で最も偉大な日米同盟をこれまでにないスピード感で強化していく。自衛隊と米軍は共にこの課題に取り組んでまいります。
But there were certainly no demands placed on Japan from the United States. And to that end, I was glad to see, alongside President Trump, Prime Minister Takaichi, the commitment to increase Japan's defense spending, which is wonderful. It's an important step forward, and one that we hope would be implemented and believe will be as soon as possible.
After the meeting, Secretary Hegseth shared a photo of himself and Minister Koizumi on social media, both wearing matching Tsukujan souvenir jackets. Koizumi also gifted him a bronze samurai statue and pancake mix, a nod to Hegseth's hobby of making pancakes. Meanwhile, President Trump headed to South Korea, the next leg of Asian tour after his 3-day visit to Japan. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump said regarding a potential meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, "I'm focused on China right now," but added that he expects to meet Kim not too far in the future. In South Korea, preparations for the welcoming ceremony for Trump were underway from early morning around the venue of the U.S.-South Korea summit. Around 11:30 a.m., President Trump arrived at Busan Airport. At the welcoming ceremony with President Lee Jae-myung, Trump appeared delighted when presented with a gold crown.
That is really beautiful. I'd like to wear it right now.
He also received South Korea's highest national order, the first U.S. president ever to be honored with it.
그리고 전 세계에서 군사력 평가로 5위라고.
I will say this, that the Korean Peninsula, and I know you are officially at war, but we will see what we can do to get that all straightened out. And we'll work very hard with Kim Jong-un and with everybody on getting things straightened out, because that makes sense. I have a couple of
It appears that Trump has a positive stance toward future talks with North Korea.